Hey guys, welcome to Big Twinkie. Today, everyone has graduated. We are on to Ghosthead 102. So that means we're going to start getting into some of the more obscure items from the films. And today what I have for you is the Radio Shack realistic sound level meter that I recently picked up that we see in Ghostbusters 2. So, just to give you a little screenshot of it before I actually show you the device, you see both Ray and Egon use it in the film. Okay, the most famous scene that you see it is in the museum, where Egon kind of pulls it out right when they think they may have taken care of Vigo, and then Egon has it in his hand. And then they hear that strange sound. It's kind of almost like the grinding of, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like teeth or some type of like rubber grinding together. And he keeps it in this little nylon pouch. As you can see, it comes in an actual, faux leather casing. And you can hang it from your belt, pretty good. This is the actual device that it was used, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But the pouch that Egon kept it in and Ray kept it in was this pouch here in the film. I'm not sure, maybe they couldn't get the original, or maybe it just fit better. But the whole actual application in reality for this device was to measure decibels. So the device itself doesn't make any noise, but it was to alert you of the risk associated with noise in the area. So the whole idea of decibels was created around the human ear. So 0 meaning absolutely no risk to the human ear, and then of course 0 would be like, the rustling of leaves. 10 would be like a quiet office. 50 would be, I have a little chart here that I'm going to refer to because this is not my expertise, obviously. 60 would be like a normal conversation, and 70 would be like a vacuum cleaner. 80 would be a noisy restaurant. 90 would be like a power mower. 100 would be like a snowmobile, and 110 would be like when you're getting to like a chainsaw or a jet ski. 120 would be an ambulance siren. 130 would be like getting to a jackhammer, jet engine, and then a rifle blast would be 140. Firecrackers would be getting up to 150. Shotgun blast be getting up to 160. And then pretty much everything above that is like when you're getting into like a really dangerous zone where you would definitely need earplugs. And anything above that for more than an exposure of 1 second would be doing dangerous damage to your ears, which is why you would need earplugs, and you should not have any extended risk to your ears. So the actual application that we have to assume that the Ghostbusters were using this for was to see if there would be some reason why they should pretty much get out of the area. Maybe there'd be some type of explosion. The way it's described, here would be maybe some kind of electronic voice phenomenon, as Alex Newborn on GB Fans explains it. A lot of it is speculation, but I always thought it was a really cool device. I got it for decently cheap, and I always liked the idea of having it on my belt. So here's the device. It takes a 9-volt battery. Pouch is still in really good condition. I'll show you the pouch first. It's got a little bit of oxidation and rust on it that I could wipe off with an aluminum like toothbrush, which I probably will. But the pouch is still in great condition. It's got no rust or no rips on it or anything. And like I said, I could just put it on a key fob on my belt if I felt like it. It still has all the engravings on it. It says realistic sound level meter, and it has the category number right there, 332050. And it says Radio Shack on the bottom. They made these throughout the 80s, and they still make them today. Now, of course, they have like a microphone attached to them, and they've gotten a lot more technical and expensive. But this is the device. Okay, just like it was in the movie. and they could be attached through the back here with a bolt or a nut, and you could kind of like screw it on, as you can see right there, and like on a movie set or something, so they can measure the decibels. And you could also put an input directly into it if you were listening to some type of music and you wanted to know like how loud the music was. You could just put like a headphone jack directly into it, you know, to measure the levels of the decibels. Now, if you didn't want to do that, there's a microphone right here at the top that you could speak right into it. And the dial here in the center, right now I have it on off, but the dial here is basically how you change the decibel levels. So to just test the battery, you put it on battery. So right now my battery level is good. Battery goes in the back, by the way. So my battery level is good. And to put it all the way at its lowest, which would be 60, that's normal talking level. As you can see, I'm talking into it, so it's going to keep going up. But if I start to whisper, you're not going to hear it as much. But if I start to talk louder, it's going to go up. But if I start to whisper, you won't hear it as much. But if I start to talk louder again, it will go up. Now, if I turn it up to 70, that's going to calibrate. So it's all about where you're setting the median. This being a YouTube video, of course, I want to make sure I'm nice and clear. And it's all about where you stick the microphone, of course. If I stick the microphone away from me, it's going to be harder to pick it up. Like, you can't see it now, but I'm poking it towards you, but it's harder to pick up my voice because the microphone is farther away from me. But trust me, if I stick the microphone in any other direction, away from myself, it's going to depend. It's almost like a compass in that way. But I'll go over what the other buttons do really quick. Slow or fast, right? You can see on the response right now. So we'll take it back down to 60. That's how fast the needle moves. So right now we have it on slow. So the needle is going to move kind of slowly. But if we change it to fast, it's going to kind of move back and forth really, really quickly. It's going to be kind of jerky. Go back and forth really quick, especially if I talk like this, and it will tend to jump as if I am talking like a certain captain on a certain star show. And then waiting is almost like the bass in your voice. So that is if it wants to pick up the depth of your voice and how deep you talk. So this is actually a kind of a short video, but I thought it was a really neat toy to show you guys. I got it for about I think it was about 25 bucks. I would not spend more than that. As we start to get more and more into these, you know, I don't want to say rarer, but more obscure items that are not necessary. I would say the tertiary items and the things that are used for literally moments within the films, these are not, you know, the things that people are going to see and associate with Ghostbusters right away. You know, we went over the big stuff first. We went over the flight suits and, you know, the traps and the, you know, the PKE meters and all of that stuff. The stuff that people really associate with Ghostbusters. So all of this stuff now that we're going over is just kind of the kitschy. If you're a really big Ghostbusters fan, like, yeah, it's really neat to have. But it's just end of the line type of stuff. What I'm going to try to do next, I'm going to try and do another movie commentary. I'm going to try and do Ghostbusters 2 soon. I'm just having a little trouble organizing it at the moment, so I'm sorry about that. but I will do it soon, hopefully by the weekend. But I got a lot going on. So, like I said, I do have another, not one of these, but I do have another little, prop that's kind of like weird like this that I have that I want to do. So, if you guys remember, it's actually also in the same film, and it was in the museum scene, and that's all I'll say about it. So I'm gonna try and do that one. So don't forget, definitely remember, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment below. I really appreciate the subscriptions I've gotten recently. We're getting close to 25, which is great. I really appreciate it. And hit that bell if you guys want more notifications. And love you guys. Thanks a lot. And I'll see you next time. Alright? I know this is a short one. All of these little items, there's not a whole lot to say about them. If I do another commentary, those will obviously be longer. Alright? Have a good one. See you guys next time.